Gather around. It's time for the show to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
Alright, there were so many matches this year that were just too much.
So this won't be a shocker because we've had a handful of really awesome matches that we just can't stop talking about.
How many times have these guys fought? Like it's been quite a bit.
I've been saying this all year. They're just so great to watch. We saw the heel turn coming, and then when it happened, nice and bloody, both dramatic and beautiful.
You are now entering the ring with Shoots and Ladders podcast.
Shoots and Ladders, Jon Moxley, Reign of Terror. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hi friends, how's it going? It's Desiree Josen.
All right, when we first started this podcast, we said that we were going to shoot from the hip and criticize where it applied, and that includes the both of us. Late last year, we projected that Jon Moxley was just going to tie the rocket ship once he won the title and carry AEW, and so far, this has been an underwhelming reign. What is your IT, Des?
I know you said Reign of Terror, Reign of Terrible? I don't know. I love Jon Moxley, do not get me wrong. I love him. However, what is going on? I think a lot of us viewers, fans, whatever, is just, it's a fizzle, if there is anything, and we were so excited and just so hopeful that we were going to get just a little taste of like an NWO kind of thing. And we just get a lot of grunting, walking through hallways and carrying briefcases. So.
Well said. I don't think I could put it any better. And I think a lot of our listeners and fans out there feel the exact same way. All right. So brief rundown on Jon Moxley's run as champion. Do any matches actually stand out to you?
No. If you count last Wednesdays with Adam Copeland and, just the, it was so graphic. Besides that, no. And that's the thing is, and Jon Moxley holds the title or the actual, what is it? He holds the most titles for AEW for the championship. He's held it 4 times, and he's done really great with, the past runs that he had. And he took the title from Bryan Danielson in October at Wrestle Dream, so that was huge. And then he cut that promo, and now there's like nothing that's very memorable after that. I hate to say that.
No, you're 1,000% right. And to be honest, this last match against Adam Copeland, listen, I think it was a solid match, but what sticks out to me is obviously the spikes in his back. I think that was by far the most memorable spot. The match itself, I gotta be honest, if it wasn't Mox and Adam Copeland, I don't know if we would grade it as high, with the exception of that one spot. So I'm kind of with you. There really haven't been too many matches that have stood out, so I'm like 1,000% with you.
Yeah, and that's the thing is I watch AEW for certain people regardless of what's going on or not. And I even told you last week, I was like, I haven't really been watching that much, but since I found out that it's going to be a title match with Adam Copeland, which is going to be a huge match because everyone thought, something big was going to happen. I felt really let down.
You aren't the only one, that is for sure. All right, and then what's going on with the actual championship? What are they doing? And is this more on Mox or is this more on Tony Khan?
Oh, this is hard because you don't know. Because Mox mentioned he wanted to do things differently in his promo. He was calling out people in the roster being complacent and how people just need to work their asses off, and he's going to cause havoc through everything until everything gets straightened up. And then I'm like, well, is this him or is this more of Tony Khan's idea of saying, hey, let's do something completely different and just not do anything? Because, This is the tough part because creatively they are known to be short-term bookers rather than for the long term. So they could have easily just said, hey, we're going to give Mox the title. We're going to build up this, Death Riders faction stable. But what else are we going to do? There was no clear goal, and there still isn't a clear goal except them just walking around and interfering.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm putting this on Khan, and I'll tell you why. So Tony Khan there's been talk that Tony Khan just wants quote unquote established names to have the title, i.e. Bryan Danielson, and I understand why, right? I still think he feels like he's in the shadow of WWE. He is.
Yeah, sure.
However, instead of trying to be a carbon copy, why not do something completely different? We've said this many times. AEW could basically change their name to Athletic Elite Wrestling. They have the best athletes overall. Not to say WWE or Independence don't, but they have such elite athletes. How fun would it be if Mox went against Ospreay? An example, or some of these guys that are high flying where their skill sets may not be mirroring each other to the T, but it would be different. I mean, he's fighting Adam Copeland. We've seen him fight Edge, in WWE. We already know what we were going to get. So I think from a booking point of view, I kind of think this is on Tony Khan, and I really do think that if there was fresh blood, especially some of these new up-and-coming guys, I think we would see significantly better matches.
100% agree. And I don't know why after 5 years of this, I don't see why they have to compare themselves to WWE because that's a completely different world. We are comparing apples to oranges at this point. And even based on the ratings, Dynamite last Wednesday, just for that match, they had their highest rating was because of that booking. And they could have done so much more. And instead they just went with, and it wasn't a terrible match. I just know that they could have done better. The storytelling and the ending could have been a lot better rather than just focusing on the nails stuck in Mox's back.
Which is pretty much what that was. Speaking of which, that title match versus Adam Copeland, do you have anything else to say besides spikes? Because I don't.
I think that was the only thing that was memorable. And I think that it's more of a shock and awe that they're going for now instead of saying, oh my God, that was a 5-star match. Or, I feel like he really is writing off of their names. And when I say I say Tony Khan. He is writing off of just Jon Moxley and Adam Copeland's name and just who they are in this business.
Exactly.
And you can't rely on that. They have built a brand for themselves personally for years, and they have earned it, which is why they got the rating that they got for viewership. It is his responsibility as a business owner and a booker and for these men's careers to make sure that it makes sense for them instead of just saying, hey, just put yourself out there, hurt yourself, and they'll love it anyway because it's who you are. No. So
yeah,
that's my thoughts on it. I don't know.
No, I think you represent what the majority of wrestling fans are saying because we're not the only ones that have been disappointed by this run.
Yeah.
All right. Now, that being said, so where is this going? What do we hope to see happen?
At this point, they either need to revamp what they're doing with the Death Riders and figure out what their deal is and what they're doing and what Mox is going to do as a title holder and as a leader of the business and in the locker room. Figure that out or get just like a straight line creatively. Or I know Swerve is a number one contender. Give it to Swerve because it looks like he knows what to do with it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because his reign last year was amazing. It was fun. It was hot. I was watching every Wednesday and Saturday. I hate to say it, I don't think it's Mox. I think it's just the booking of it, and it sucks. But if that's the case, give it to Swerve. We'll fix it.
Yeah, 100%. All right, and what are your final thoughts?
I'm just gonna sound very redundant at this point. AEW just has this notorious trend of doing this. And I hate saying it, but it's just a never-ending cycle of short-term, it just doesn't make sense, bigger picture. Yeah. But I hope that this can be turned around, and it can be with the right matches and the right way creatively. But like I said, if not, we'll just have to switch it up, and hopefully when Swerve goes against them at the next pay-per-view, then, they'll do a title change that way. I don't know.
All right. My thoughts are, this is not a reflection overall on Jon Moxley. No. He's established. He's a legend. If AEW has a Hall of Fame, he's going to be in it. I think, obviously, he's phenomenal, right? Yeah. He deserves to kind of lead the pack. That being said, it's okay to pivot creatively, which AEW has a tendency not to avoid. And I don't understand why, because we already see what's going on now. It's been underwhelming. There's no reason why you can't just say, okay, this isn't working. Let's try something else. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they can do that. And if he continues to win out and has like a year-long run where we continue to have an underwhelming reign, I think no doubt this is on Tony Khan and the booking.
100%. And I'm glad you brought this up. This is not a bash against Jon Moxley at all. This is for the people behind it. So it's definitely not him. So yeah, 100%. This can be easily fixed. Let's take accountability and say, hey, it's not working, and it's okay. It doesn't, and nothing is perfect. Let's take a step back, fix it, and be on our merry way.
Absolutely. Okay, that wraps up this episode. Give us your thoughts on Moxley's reign of terror, or terrible, as Des said. Please DM us at the Chutes and Ladders. Like always, please like, share, and subscribe both on YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Bye, friends.
Chutes and Ladders. Follow us for more content.